There's a reason why you get so much email. A mailing list is one of the most effective ways to market a business or brand. Don't believe me? Here's a look at how many course sales I get through my email list compared to how many I get through YouTube or even my own website. If I were not utilizing this email list, I'd be missing out on most of the income I'm able to generate. Many content creators overlook email lists because they aren't as flashy or fun to work on as a channel or social media account, but those creators are giving up a lot of sales and engagement. Don't be a Mailchimp. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use a basic email list to maximize your revenue. In this tutorial, I'll be using Mailchimp, but there are many other websites that will let you create email lists. I can't speak for the quality of those because I haven't tried them myself, but if you feel comfortable using something other than Mailchimp, go for it. The email marketing tips I'll share in this video can be used for other platforms as well. This video is not sponsored. I pay for Mailchimp with my own money. All opinions in this video are my own. Before we get into setting up a mailing list, let's take a look at what you can do with one. My email list allows me to do a lot of things. I can announce new products, I can offer discounts to drive sales, and I can share news with my community. Email is universal, so aside from spam filters, you don't have to worry about an algorithm like YouTube or Instagram keeping your audience from seeing your message. Everyone uses an inbox, so you don't have to target different social media platforms with multiple posts. You can just create a single email campaign. Because you're sending your message directly to your audience, you're almost certainly going to get at least some opens, some clicks, and hopefully some transactions or engagement. And all of this can be tracked in analytics to help you create more engaging emails. While you can get by with just a basic email list, you can also customize the heck out of it and target specific groups or people with specific interests. You can even automate emails so that they are sent out in specific intervals to new or current subscribers. Sure, it's a bit to learn and set up, but it isn't terribly difficult, and Mailchimp offers a lot of great help guides and resources. Believe me, I'm just as bored by marketing stuff as you are, and I'm no Mailchimp by any means. But I know from experience that even just learning the basics of email marketing can get you 80% of the results. And let me tell you a secret. You've probably already built an email list. You just don't know it. Alright, let's learn how to set up an email list of your own. You'll need three things: a Mailchimp account, a mailing address, and an audience. Mailchimp offers a free plan, which is great for getting your feet wet. It's how I got started with mailing lists. If you are planning on signing up for a paid Mailchimp subscription, please use my referral link so we can both earn a $30 credit off our monthly bills. I'll put that in the description of this video. International spam law requires you to provide a physical address that is publicly visible to subscribers of your email list. While not all mailing list providers will require this, Mailchimp does in order for you to use your list. So if you don't want to list your home address and you do not have a business address, I would highly recommend getting a PO box and using that. And last but not least, you'll need an audience. Some examples would be people who follow your social media accounts, people who watch your YouTube videos, and customers who have purchased your products or services. Anyone with an email address who is interested in what you are offering is a good candidate. If you've already got this, then you've had an email list for some time. You just weren't utilizing it to contact your audience directly. Or in other words, an email address is required to sign up for YouTube or Instagram. Therefore, your viewers, followers, or subscribers are essentially email contacts. It's just that those third-party websites are able to regulate the line of communication between creators and audiences and seek to profit from it. Once you cut them out, you've got yourself an email list. Don't have an audience? That's okay. A mailing list will help you build one. Just don't get ahead of yourself. An email list is only going to be effective if you have established some sort of following online or in person. If you aren't creating content, you probably can't build an audience or run effective email campaigns. It's also important to know that you can't just add a bunch of people to your mailing list yourself. Unless someone voluntarily signs up or gives their consent for you to add them manually, that's considered spam, which will get you booted from Mailchimp. Creating a sign-up form is how you'll enable people to join your mailing list. This sign-up form can be as simple as entering an email address, or you can allow subscribers to submit more information like their name and interests. I'd recommend keeping it simple for now and just ask for email addresses and names. There are several ways to create sign-up forms. The simplest method is to let Mailchimp create a sign-up form that can be accessed with a link. The landing page is hosted on Mailchimp's website. While this is easy to implement, it's not as professional as some of the other options. If you are more technically inclined, you can embed a pop-up form on your website. This can be done by adding a simple WordPress or Squarespace widget, or by pasting HTML code into your website. Alternatively, you can embed a static sign-up form to pages on your website. You can also create a contact form that adds subscribers and sends their messages to your Mailchimp inbox. Personally, I prefer the pop-up and embedded forms. It's okay to start building your list with the simplest options, and then add the other methods later. If you're on a paid plan, you can even remove the Mailchimp branding so the forms blend into your website. Regardless of which method you've chosen, you'll need to promote your email list in order for people to find the sign-up form. You'll want to promote to both your current audience and the new customers who just discovered your work. You probably already know where your traffic comes from and how to reach your audience. In my case, people discover my content on YouTube by word of mouth, by third-party promotion, and through search. A typical customer might search for something on YouTube and then watch one of my tutorials. Then they might follow a link to my website to see what else I offer, and there they will be presented with a pop-up asking them to subscribe. So while I could actively promote my email list in a YouTube video, I think it makes more sense just to let people discover it passively. Only a small fraction of your audience will care to join your email list, and being too aggressive with your email list can really turn people off to subscribing. But just as well, being too timid could also limit your reach and cause people to lose interest. Try to find the balance that is right for your audience. In my case, rather than a video, it might be more appropriate to actively promote my email list in a community post. If you don't have a website, then it's perfectly fine to use the sign-up forms hosted by Mailchimp. In that case, you'd be sharing the link on your social media accounts or to your email contacts. I wouldn't recommend promoting your email list by spamming it or posting it on websites where that type of self-promotion is not appropriate. Ultimately, you don't want to build a list of people who don't open what you send them. That's just a waste of your time and maybe even money. You want to focus on attracting people who have proven that they're interested enough in your work to consume it. Whether that's views or revenue, you want engagement. To attract people to your email list, you'll need to create some sort of incentive and advertise it on both the sign-up form and any promotion of your list. Give people a reason to sign up and let them know what to expect from you. There are a number of ways to do this. First, offer value. I send out a semi-yearly newsletter, which highlights some of my best performing content and gives subscribers a sneak peek at what's to come. This is a good way to ensure that your core audience doesn't miss valuable information. I'm not just offering to let someone join a list, I'm giving someone a reason to subscribe, because they don't want to miss my content. Perhaps they don't use the subscription feed on YouTube, so they may not see my videos otherwise. Second, offer exclusive discounts to your subscribers. I offer sales several times a year. In my case, sales are driving the most subscriptions because people like saving money. I passively promote my email list on my courses page by offering a discount to subscribers. And the third method to incentivize subscribers is to offer a free product to anyone who signs up. For example, I've offered free courses, free brushes, and other products. This works really well for attracting new subscribers, but there are downsides to this method. First, many people who subscribe this way just want a free product and will probably immediately unsubscribe or will never open your emails. They might even just sign up with a temporary email address that is of no use to you. And second, bots and bad dudes on the internet will attempt to spam or phish you by replying to your email campaigns. This has happened to me enough to where I stopped offering free products as a method of generating subscribers. Because there is so much spam and identity theft going around on the internet, many people are nervous about giving out their email address, so it doesn't hurt to reassure them at the bottom of the sign-up form that you will not misuse their contact info. Once some people have subscribed to your email list, you will have what Mailchimp calls an audience. An audience is who will receive emails from you. It's possible to segment your audience into categories, but you can start with just a single audience if you like. There are a variety of ways to filter your audience to send more targeted emails or perform other tasks. First, by adding additional fields to your sign-up forms, you can create groups to filter your recipients based on their interests or other criteria. For example, I can send an email about my new Corel Painter course only to those subscribers who use Corel Painter. By excluding subscribers who do not use Corel Painter, I don't have to worry that an irrelevant email will cause them to unsubscribe from my list. Second, you can use tags to manually sort and label your audience in a way that makes sense to you. I've used tags to sort my audience based on what product they were interested in when they signed up. Again, this helps you avoid sending out emails that cause people to unsubscribe. And third, you can use segments to view statistics about your subscribers, such as location or engagement rate. You can remove people from your list if you like. You may want to do this if you want to keep your Mailchimp account free or below a certain pricing threshold. Purging inactive subscribers can be a good way to cut down the number of people on your list. You can filter your audience to see who rarely opens your emails, and then quickly unsubscribe them in a batch. Eventually, if your list gets large enough, you'll inevitably go over the subscriber limit and be forced to pay for a Mailchimp subscription. It may be worth it to pay at that point because your list is hopefully paying for itself. Consider it a business expense. Once you have an audience, you can send them emails, which are known as campaigns. You can create new campaigns from scratch or from templates. A campaign can be a one-time email, or it can be a series of emails. In any case, a campaign needs to be designed. If you don't have any graphic design skills, go with a template. You'll want to customize your email so it represents your brand. Mailchimp offers a fairly simple drag-and-drop builder. In addition to text, you can add images, video, and links. You'll want to include a variety of content to keep readers interested and to highlight the content you want them to click on. You can also add merge tags, which can help to personalize the email. For example, I can address the subscriber by the name they submitted in the sign-up form. There are lots of best practices for how to create an optimal email campaign. I won't go into those in this video, but do take some time to research this topic. Mailchimp will offer you some suggestions in the editor, but it helps to know what to say and what not to say. There's sort of a funnel going on, and it all starts with the email subject line. More opens means more engagement or sales, so don't skip over this important element of email marketing. Once your email campaign is complete, it would be wise to test your email campaign several times. You can view a live preview of your email, but I also recommend sending a test to your inbox. If you don't see it, look in your spam folder. Check every link at least a couple of times. Typos are one thing, but if you mess up and send an email with broken links, there's no going back. Broken or incorrect links will spoil your campaign, so this is really the most important step in the entire tutorial. As you can see, a campaign can be viewed as an email in the inbox, or you can open it in your browser on a page hosted by Mailchimp. You can even use these campaign links to passively promote your email list and attract new subscribers. For example, I can share a post about a sale I'm running and link to the email campaign promoting it. While you can send a campaign immediately, I recommend scheduling it for an optimal time. This is a paid feature. If you're using a free account, then see if you can find some analytics about when your audience is online to help you choose an optimal send time. I can see that information on YouTube and on my website. You can also send email to people at optimal times based on their time zone. This is another paid feature in Mailchimp. Mailchimp also offers some neat integrations with various third-party software and websites. You can link Mailchimp to other apps in a lot of different ways. For instance, you can link Mailchimp to Twitter to automatically tweet a link when you publish an email campaign. Or if you sell products through Shopify, you can import your customers' data into Mailchimp. And one that I use is the plugin for WordPress, which enables pop-up sign-up forms. One of the most powerful features of your email list is the ability to automate emails. For example, if someone joins my list, I can automatically send them information or promotions at designated intervals. This really helps to drive transactions and engagement. Just be careful not to mess up the automations. For instance, I accidentally sent out 2 automations at the same time, so people were getting double emails. That eventually caused a few complaints, but it went unnoticed by me for a while. Although its features are not as sophisticated as Mailchimp's, the website I use to sell courses also offers some email marketing capabilities. Anyone who buys a course is added to my Gumroad email list, and I can target them based on criteria such as what they purchased, how much they paid, or when they made a purchase. Typically, I send automated emails to customers to promote other products or request a product review. There is some overlap in subscribers who may be on both of my email lists, but I still send emails to both. I think most people know that they can unsubscribe from one or the other. I've barely scratched the surface on what you can do with an email list, but I'm sure at this point you can see how important even a basic email list is for driving sales and engagement from your audience. Without it, you might be missing out on a significant amount of success. If you want to learn more about building an audience and creating content, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching and stay creative.